Okay, remember we used that strategy of writing what's happening between those two numbers. So if we went from 5 to 10, what did I have to do to 5 to get to 10? I had to plus this many. I'm a 3-4 teacher. I teach 3 days a week. For my first few years out, I think it's been a really good stepping stone. Okay, so we're aiming for the 3 stars. That's what we always do. We aim to do our best work. It's a smaller summative task because we've been looking at patterns for 2 weeks and finding out whether kids can create, continue and explain patterns in mathematics. We don't have 0 on here, but how many do you add? 1. Okay, so just write a little +1 there so we remember that.
We teach all the subject areas in years 3 and 4 and it's a team teaching situation. I see my role as a mentor in helping Leeson to ensure that what we do is consistent. Good, keep going.
So this class will need to head off in about 6 minutes. Sometimes we are separate in what we're assessing and then we come together to review the results of what we've assessed, and other times we will come up with the assessment task together. But we always come together to look at the results and give feedback to the kids and record it. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Beautifully done. I'm happy with the variety that I gave them in just having one shot at repeated addition, another shot at growing addition, and seeing that made it clear whereabouts they were in whether they could figure out the complex patterns as opposed to just repeated patterns.
Maybe sort them into the ones that have understood and able to make the pattern and write the rule.
The final one was a multiplication task with some larger numbers.
Yes.
So that is probably more on the year 4 side. So if we see year 3s completing that, then that would be them advancing above their level.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be expecting to see all of the year 3s be getting those. I find it useful in having discussions about those students that are more difficult to position. So the ones that are borderline in where they are. His language is clumsy in explaining the pattern itself,
yes.
But he still does. He understands what it is that he needs to do, but has difficulty expressing it.
Yeah. So, and when we look back at some of the other tasks that he's done, he has understood how to do it, how to continue a number pattern, which is what this is. But it's just writing the rule that's clumsy for him.
And here as well.
And there as well.
There's the inconsistency there.
So he's, he's working at a satisfactory level for.
Yes.
But certainly not any extension at this stage. So if we put him there.
Quite often there might be a particular task which the other teacher has done and they've witnessed something or seen something that will help to push them one way or the other, or vice versa I might have. And so in coming together, there might just be one thing or 2 things that then think, okay, well then I think that they might be there. She's not seeing the multiplication side of this. And her working out is incorrect, so she's been led down the wrong way with that. The interesting thing is, in addition, she does continue it.
Yes. So maybe when the numbers are a bit more complex, they've obviously
it's going up by 1.
When that's quite simple, they can see that pattern quite easily. But she's sort of thought maybe, this one's a bit harder, and then gone and looked for what she knew, which was the core that you talked about the other day.
When and if they find that they agree with what I have found, it is reaffirming to myself that I am on the right track and that the moderation of that assessment is happening then. So I think her number abilities are still above where a year 3 should be, but perhaps her effort is a little bit below. It's our varying opinions that come together to make a more consistent assessment. So I think it's coming together and layering that, we're able to come up with a very fair assessment.